Y'all ain't ready for this one. The Analemma is proof that the sun is local and that we are not spinning or hurtling around the sun. Here's what's really happening. If you take a photo of the sun at the same time and the same location every single day for a year, you'll notice this figure 8 shape. You'll see it smaller at the top and much larger at the bottom. Now let me tell you why that is. So the sun is much smaller and closer than we've been taught. Every year the sun's journey from tropic to tropic, solstice to solstice, is what's responsible for the length and character of days, nights, and seasons. That's why areas near the equator, right, this is the true equator, experience almost a year-round summer, while the higher and southern latitudes experience much more different seasons, including winters. But we're told it's the Earth's axial tilt and elliptical orbit around the sun. Just think for yourself for a moment. Do you really think that this nonsense is responsible for creating this? They tell us their fake spinning water marble is closest to the sun in January, 91,400,000 miles away, when it's actually winter in most areas of the world. And then in July, it's furthest from the sun, 94,500,000 miles away, when it's actually summer throughout much of the Earth. So because the sun is further, it's warmer. Does that make sense to you? But their logic only gets more flawed. It's comical. Due to the ball Earth tilt, different areas get different amounts of direct sunlight, giving us different seasons. Again, makes no sense. Really think about this. If the heat from the sun travels a 90 million plus mile journey to the Sahara, it is absolutely absurd to think that it couldn't travel 4,000 miles more to Antarctica. That is a difference of 0.0004%. How much longer will people continue to defend their bullshit? Don't you have the eyes to see? The figure 8 shape we see in the Analemma comes from the sun changing its height and position as it makes its yearly journey above the Earth. The sun makes its longest circle around the Earth once it's reached its lowest and furthest descent of its path, in the tropics of Capricorn. This is why the south experiences longer days in summer, while the north experiences shorter days in winter. After this point, the sun begins to circle its way towards the equator while continuing its journey north, which is when the north begins to experience spring. Once the sun has reached its most northern point, in the tropics of Cancer, the north begins to experience summer. So again, it's the sun's position and course that's responsible for the seasons and difference in day length throughout the year. This is why when the days are longer in the south, they're shorter in the north, or why when it's summer in the north, it's winter in the south, and vice versa. It all simply boils down to what course the sun is on during its yearly path. The sun and the moon are what rotate above us, just as your senses perceive. They illuminate like spotlights over the areas where they pass. And it's not just the sun and the moon that have these paths. Of course, we know the planets have their own unique paths also. Here's an example of Venus, showing a geometric lotus figure over its 8-year path. Now, ancient astronomers called this the epicyclic geocentric path. Note geocentric path. That it was the planets circling above our central stationary Earth. See, the planets are luminaries. They're not physical landmasses you can travel to. They were always referred to by the ancestors as celestial bodies. We actually get the word planet from the Greek planete, which means wandering. It has nothing to do with being terrestrial. They were considered wandering stars. And this is what the Bible calls them also, wandering stars. This is what was believed for thousands of years in all the ancient cosmologies. Earth, or man, was seen as the center of the universe, and all the stars and planets revolved around us. Yet they've convinced people that they're just these physical meat sacks, nihilistic monkeys with no purpose, no divine reason, no soul, no God, and yet they still can't explain consciousness. They've stripped you of your soul, of your spirituality. It's funny, most people don't even know half the shit they believe in, let alone what an analemma is, and yet you still defend the globe. How can you tell me you're on a globe when you don't even know? You just think. Because of what you've been spoon-fed, because of what you've been indoctrinated with. Just accept the simple truth that you've been lied to about who and where you are. What you do on this earth matters. We are the center of creation, and we live in the mind of God.